Hello, Victor here, HistoryMercedes.com. Look, I got me a selfie stick. Like, now the 190 behind me is waiting for some more parts. You know, that little thing needs some work. But as I said in some other video, there is another car that was supposed to come in, and now it did come in yesterday late evening, about maybe like 7 to 8 o'clock. Yeah, something like that. It came quite late, so I didn't really have much time to really look into it because it was actually drizzling. It was a little rainy, so for that reason I didn't spend much time looking into it. But now we're going to reveal what came in, because that's also a pretty cool car. So let's take a look. There, this is it's a C-Class, obviously 202 chassis. It's a 97, and that's also important. And this is a C36. So that is actually just exactly how it came in. Extremely dirty, paint is missing, what have you. So yeah, it has issues. And yeah, it's very hideous looking, obviously, because it's been sitting, it appears, for many years. And I'll I'll show you what's going on here, and I'll run a few tests and take a look at a few things now and see what is actually wrong with it. Yes, there are scratches. It needs a repaint. That's for sure. It needs to be repainted. But the rims seem to be good. They don't seem to be that bad. Look at all this dirt here. That is crazy. It's embedded. This needs like a serious pressure wash. Yeah, there was some sort of a sticker, I guess, the tickets or what have you. Yeah, something like that. Or it was impounded, towed, I don't know. But it was found at the salvage yard. The car was supposed to be pretty much broken into pieces and sold off as parts and then crushed. So, and that's on the outside. Let's take a look on the inside. The inside is not too terrible, except for a few obvious issues. Now, the vehicle has 155,000 miles. That's what the cluster says. The seats are decent, right? Well, the front ones at least. The wood is sort of decent. Radio, aftermarket radio, whatever. Steering wheel, it appears to be from a newer one. I might be mistaken, because supposedly there are only 200 cars, like 199 cars, that came to America or built this particular model in this particular year. Because what's important with 97 is we have 5-speed transmission, and that's what I really like. I like this transmission a lot. So as for common problems, the headliner is totally a gunner, which isn't a big deal. As you saw my previous videos, what I'm dealing with right now with the W140 S600 SEL interior, this is much smaller scale, so it's obviously much easier. Now the rear, there's not much to see except that the rear seat has some sort of damages here to the leather, and it's all messed up. But again, I know a parts car that I can get black seats from, also a C-Class, and that shouldn't be a problem. They're not expensive. It's just this dirt. It's like built up like a mountain of dirt. Yeah, it's been sitting for ages. Now the car does start. The problem is it starts and it runs on only 3 cylinders, it appears to be, and that's bad news. 3 cylinders out of 6. All right, somebody messed around with computers, because the reason being, that is the reason being. There we have the original computer. As you can see, severely damaged, burnt up, smells like campfire. Really bad damages. And this car has drive authorization, so that's a different story. We have to deal with that too. But somebody did something so it actually does start. They rigged it somehow. I didn't look into how, because I do it my other ways. But this is ME 2.0, it appears. It's the underside of the computer. This is the original one, but you can see the damages are pretty bad. I don't think I can fix it because this is a multi-layer board, and therefore what's important to me is the main processor for drive authorization. So the battery is flat, no juice in it at all, and clear bra, yeah, which is obviously cooked on it, so it's probably going to be a nightmare to remove anyway. But the hood has to be repainted. I mean, the whole car probably better off to be repainted. Okay, for the good things, the engine is all there. Okay, so we don't see anything missing really. I don't remember on the C-Class if you're supposed to have grills here in front of fans. Back in the days, I used to have C280, also a 97 model, but I just don't remember because I'm more into, like I said, into V12s, S-Classes. That's my thing. And this is an inline six, but again, because of the rarity of the vehicle, I decided to take on this one. And also for a good part is that the engine is really clean. I like that a lot. All right, let's see, it's like white. Oil changes were done on time. Very clean looking engine. Internally, at least here through the oil filler cap, you can tell valve cover gasket was done at some point. Some silicone I see. Timing chain covering was also resealed at some point of time, that I also see there. The shroud is present because most of these are lost. Coolant was there, the engine was full of oil, so even washer fluid is still there. It was like half of the tank still full. So, you know, it's like it's been a runner, it appears, and then it just something happened to the computer and it failed. You know, there's no other theories, but like somehow the aliens got to this car and then burned the computer and then left undetected, I guess. I mean, I don't know how that computer burnt up. I have no idea. Now, the replacement unit is in there. It's the used unit that I'm going to take apart again, because I'm not sure what do they put in there in terms of the software, because I just, like I said, spent a little time looking into this engine, and it's kind of weird. Because it's hand built, right? Well, AMG engines are mostly all hand built. Well, this one, it's that 3.6, you know. That's one of these old school AMG engines that are not built, that weren't built in Mercedes-Benz facility. It was like an AMG facility supposedly, because this is the last year before the merger between Mercedes and AMG. So this is a pre-merger vehicle, and the last one, basically. Oh, look at that, even the hood. Well, I spoke too soon, but at least the hood pad is here. The plate is there too, that's good. So, the course of action now. I know for a fact that all injectors are firing, right? I know that for a fact that this cylinder, like I said from last night, I know that this cylinder does not fire at all. Spark plug is absolutely, I put new spark plugs in it, and that spark plug is absolutely like brand new, because I ran the engine for a little bit, and the spark plug, when I pull it out, it looks absolutely brand new. These are the old plugs. I don't know what's going on here, but they're so worn, unbelievably. This is crazy. Like, why? Look at this one. The electrode is like barely there. It's like, I don't know, just the end of it. It's crazy. You know, how do you run your car spark plugs like this? The gap's supposed to be like what, 0.8 millimeter? Well, this is not 0.8 millimeter for sure. This is more like 1.2 or something. I don't know. Crazy plugs. Look at this one. It's like almost 2 millimeters of gap. I don't even know how it actually ran. And I put numbers on it so I know which cylinder it came from, because I can kind of trace which plug which plug goes where. It came from, rather, let's say, what is this, cylinder number 5. This cylinder actually fired. I think it still fires up. So very strange. I connected the computer real quick, and the injection timing is way off. It's way too high. There's a bunch of things going on here. So, but first things first. Well, yeah, I did check compression on just this cylinder right here, just to make sure. It's a little bit on the lower end, but I was running it with fuel, so it was full of fuel, so it diluted the oil, I think, and it went to like whatever, I don't remember the number, but it was lower than the front. That's to be rechecked the other way. Take all the plugs out, of course, and then just check compression with no fuel going in, just oil film, and that's what I'm gonna do. But actually, to be honest with you, it doesn't matter. The compression was enough to fire up. It's just not relevant at this point. So what's relevant now is like why I don't have 3 cylinders running. Although the fuel is coming in, the plugs are brand new. Coils, I checked one, and again, I didn't have much time. Today I'm going to check them all, make sure that all coils are good, because this is a waste spark system, and obviously it's like, I mean, I know that 3 cylinders run, put it that way. But again, this was just a quick preliminary look at night during the drizzle, like it was raining, drizzling. So obviously I couldn't do much. So this is what we are. And the battery's on the trickle charger. Somebody pulled the fuse from the alarm circuit. I don't know what's that about. Whatever, doesn't matter. Let's see, change it. Let's see what this one does. Nothing. Okay, doesn't do anything. Oh, okay, it is what it is. Look at this. Somebody had some sort of a sound system here, because the antenna is all the way extended and it didn't go back in because that aftermarket radio. Well, yeah, this is not the right way of leaving cables like that. Yeah, somebody had a subwoofer in there for sure. All right, so let's just finish this video on this note. Look at all this stuff. This is craziness. I'll mess around with the checking things, ignition first, obviously, and then we'll see. Because I have a feeling that they put the wrong computer or something in there, or they flashed the chips or EEPROMs. I don't know what they did, but nonetheless, maybe they changed the firing somehow. Maybe the circuit doesn't work on the computer to give you the proper spark. The crankshaft position sensor, I doubt, because I checked all injectors firing, right? So it tries at least. I don't know, the camshaft position sensor, well, doesn't really do much, if I remember correctly. But actually, wait a minute, this is a 97 already. 97. Usually the camshaft position sensor here, that is for the injectors. Well, for most cars, crank is for the spark. Well, nonetheless, I'm getting dirty already, so I gotta get a rag. Like I said, now I'm gonna go look into it, and then whatever findings I have, I'll let you guys know, I guess, and we'll see if we move along. So, well, there we have it. Our first look at this car. It has to live because, you know, these are rare pieces. There are very few of them, and it's kind of a shame to just make this car die, because it was put together by hand, basically, supposedly, and the engine was put together by hand, so it would be really nice to resurrect this car. All right, so that's about it. This is Victor, HistoriaMercedes.com. Thank you for watching.